Right, evening all people.
Hey, Mick.
This was Chuck's this afternoon. Oh, back garden, obviously. Let's move on. 4.6 million light years away. Nice and clear. 10 foot away. Security camera. Normal. What we pay for, I suppose, isn't it? Right, all these are from last week. Obviously, I had a message from Steve Chambers' daughter telling him about he'd passed away, which I told you about last week. And this, what I sent to her, got the Zoomies to have a drink for Steve last night. All sent their condolences to you and your family. God bless. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much. And again, thank you for welcoming him into your Zoom meetings. He really enjoyed them. It was after the last Zoom that Steve was on that I private messaged him saying that people were asking, well, Zoomers were asking for an update on what happened to you. And he said, I'm still taking photos, meaning he's putting a little bit together. So I'll keep getting on to him to put a piece on. He said, I'll put soda on. And that's what he was doing. Then obviously he passed away. So we will always get nowhere with that. Still from last week, that's Keith doing his bit at the show. And that's when grandchild came up. And then at the end of the Zoom, Jeffrey went through some bits, and as soon as I hears Jeffrey talk, we go straight into the lotus position. Jeffrey, I've got so much wish we ain't got. I put these on. These are me cormlets and my small corms from last year, which is outside. And he said, notice that one, he says, take him out. So that's what I've done. This is also from last week. If you remember, last Sunday I had to do a talk, 10-minute stint. It was about 20 speakers, I suppose. No, probably a bit more. But they asked for feedback. So I emailed them, obviously replied. Morning, whatever her name was. Obviously I'll cross that out. Halfway through the day, it seemed to me to be a Labour-oriented get-together. Came close to walking out. That's why I said at the start of my talk, I voted Tory. Do you still want me to carry on? All went nice and quiet. Did any other councillors get an invite? Sorry, disappointed. And replied, yes, everybody got an invite. But I think this is the way that was all going on. I'd done it before. And when the one or two turned up last time, they got frowned out, if that makes sense. And they rode up. It says, carry on the good work. You'll see me again. Right, Jeffrey, last week, I mentioned the wine, and he said, have you heard of this wine? And I said, no, so he sent me all in. That's the book on it. And it was tomato wine. He said it was a good one, so he sent me the recipe. I gotta go through this lot. It'll be on me YouTube tomorrow. Well, I'm going to give this a go when I've got a bit of room. Jeffrey also sent this one. Where was this from, Jeffrey?
On the Facebook group called Tropical Flowers, I think. It's very, very nice. And thought, anybody know what this is? Because it looks like an allium, but I don't know.
It's corker, isn't it?
Yeah. It's tropical, so probably won't be able to grow it here or England. Yeah. Maybe in a few years if the temperatures keep rising. But...
Oh, we won't be here anyway. And you also put this on?
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for everywhere I can't find.
What, the variety?
Mick, go back to the first one, will you? I'll take a photograph and do a search. That's it, hang on a minute. I'll try and search it for you while we speak. All right, mate, cheers.
Anybody recognise that one or anything similar?
That's a phalaenopsis.
Yeah, but the color I can't find anywhere.
I don't know the name of it, but it's got some flowers on that house.
Yeah. I see 3 stems, so
It's a cork, right?
yeah. I've been looking for 3 years.
Jeffrey, tell them about your tomatoes.
These are the variety I told you about in the beginning that I was going to test. It's a new variety. It's said on the packet, and the plants are bigger than I am. Well, it's taller than I am, and nearly bigger than I am as well in circumference. The tomatoes are very heavy. A reasonable taste. Wouldn't say the best, but it's a good taste to make salads and everything out of. Yeah. But they're big beefy tomatoes.
Good man.
I can
Hey,
recommend
Jeffrey?
that. Yep.
And last week also, I was sent this photo. Where am I? Steve Medico bung this on. This is his tree lily. I take this as your back garden, Steve.
Yeah, that's in the back garden. Yeah,
Corker.
there was 20 flowers open. There was another 15 to open when I took that, and that was
yeah.
about 9 inches across. Obviously, they've all opened and gone over a little bit now.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what the name it is?
I'm not sure. There was a friend of us. He saw it in a magazine, and he sent for five plants. And we
Who said it's a tree lily? Hello?
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
what's the name?
Oh,
No idea.
no idea.
It's a Chinese.
You don't know.
No.
No,
Sorry.
So if
That-
anybody does know, spout up.
That red flower that was on before
Yes.
is Hyamanthus multiflorus, spelled Hyamanthus. I'll put it on
right,
the
yeah.
chat. I'll put it on the chat.
Good. That's easy for you to say. Thank you, Colin.
I can't pronounce it.
Correct. Cheers, Steve. Right, stuff from last week. When I did that talk, I had bought these because I was flogging plants. So any little gaps, I'm bunging these out. This is a pain in the ass to get out of these. I did bung them out along with the other ones I bought. Them two there. Somebody put this on, so I nicked it. And I've Googled it. And it is a genuine book. You can get it. It's still being sold. Compost Girl. I bloody love it. Just because she was dead didn't mean she was useless. There you go, love. Right, my little lilies here. These are coming through again. And so much job in them.
Sluggies.
Is that what jobs them?
Yeah. Bugs or snails or so.
Always something. Right, job then. Right, rasps. Looking again. There's loads of it. In fact, mostly in fruit. I've got loads of aphids on them. Just opening up. There's a little chap. So just squash him with your finger and thumb. Or if you do like that, squash him. And there's one of my mates up the top garden. Mrs. hates him. When it was outside at night. They come for her. The hound likes them and all. They ate all the slugs, huh? Right, I've got a bit of meat. In fact, there's another foot on this length. And I've put 2 tires on. So I'm doing well there. Rosie in the tunnel. I trust her only when I'm there also. But I don't go anywhere near the gladdies or the onions. Otherwise, I wouldn't go in. Right, stuff in the border. There's my first delphinium, which I cut down, and I fed him, and he started putting a spurt on again. There's the next one, so you can see how far behind he is with this one. And this one there is about 10 inches high. I'll get these 3 days old. But I've always had a second sowing out of them. Nice bit of foliage again, another colour. Right, I took this one, then half hour later, the sun come out. Looks much better, doesn't it? Brightens everything up. You can get out and do something. If it's dull, you might still say, well, I've got to still do it. It's always better when the sun's out. My Dahlia's doing great. He's a bit higher than that one for some reason. But I've dead-headed these as well this afternoon. There's loads on. Right, stuff still growing in the greenhouse. Those at the back. I've had a quick perv of me. Is it Polyanthus pearl something? And Scott had these a few weeks ago. And I was sent away for them. That one I can't remember the name of. He was a cutting. Obviously them were runners. I can't remember the name of that flower. But I took cutters off them as well. Alstomeria. That's my geranium. That's all I've got going in the end of the greenhouse. But
Is that one of your avocado, Mick? Is that
No,
an
mate.
avocado?
No,
No.
no,
Leaf similar, isn't it?
yeah. I'll see him later on. But these have started shooting. And also, obviously, he's throwing a flower out the side. The shoot's coming out of that one. Just started coming out of there. And he's spurted from the bottom. No signs on that one yet. So this is just taking cuttings, slicing them diagonally, obviously, a bit of a gum pot. And just put them in. And all they need is, obviously, on the outside of the pot, because it gets warmer with the sun on the pot. And just keep them moist, a bit of warmth. And they spurt. I put 3 in because I only want 2. Right, this is the top of the garden, delphinium. He's the only purple one I got. There's only that one stem in now. But all there's loads of stuff behind him trying to take over. But he's at it anyway. Right, I'm going to chop him as well. So I did chop him down, left about 3 or 4 inches of the stems in. And then give him a good feed. And me 2 grapevines, there's one. And there's one this side as well. Give them a feed as well while I was there. This is me small Alstroemeria. I'm dead-heading. This one's only about 10 inches high, if that. Now, them 3 new ones I've bought, I call them bedding. I was expecting these to be them as well, but they ain't. They're about 14 inches high, so for still, we'll sort that out next year. But dead-heading these as well, and this gets more water and feed than anything when it does rain. This lot stops the rain going in, and all the other plants nick the water. So I looked after them as well. And jobbing or everything else has been, as you can see there, dead-heading. And I've started doing the Aqualegia as well once they've gone. I did originally have 4 of these, but there's only him that survived. And he's throwing a nice bit of colour now. Something different. Well, there's the Aqualegia. There's one there, there's one here. There's one down there, he's still got a few flowers on. These have been good, although them tall ones, because they're thin, you can still see through them at the stuff in the back. You know, they're not blocking anything out. So they've done well. Good flowers on and all. So it's time to job them. That's the biggest flower I've had on. A single yellow. It was huge. That's that thing I took cuttings off. Nice dark red flower. Don't know what it was, what his proper name is. So working my way down with the Aquilegia, slice them off. Don't go down to the ground because he's still throwing shoots again. So if he gives me a second flowering, then that's a bonus. So working my way down. In fact, that's all I'm out there. Right, I've took all the seed off these now. There's still some seed left. There's a few of you emailed me, sent me your names. But if you do want any seed, this one is a large one, meaning that's the height of it. It's about 2 foot tall. But it's a large pink with a yellow inner, as you can see. This is a tall one again, with a white with a yellow inner. As you can see, that's the seed I've been saving. But I love the flowers on it. And that was a small one, so he's about 18 inches high. And he's a yellow flower. And that last one was one at the top of the garden, when you see the size of the flower there. That's a large yellow. So if anybody wants them, just message me. God knows what this one is either. I forgot him from last year. But he started putting a bit of flower on now. Nice blue. Which we ain't got much blue on the garden. And he's filling out more now. Right, start to put some wood chip down. It's usually 2 or 3 years. I think I've just got 3 years out of this wood chip the last time I wood chipped. The hounds outside. Alright, so I'm going to bump some more wood chip down. This will help to keep the slugs at bay, I hope. So it looks better. To keep the moisture in until we get a bit of rain or something. Because it's a natural product. It looks good and all. And the hound had a field day. It was all the big chunks. I took them out, well, everybody taking them out herself. And then you just lie down and start chewing them. Luckily, it spits them out. Once it's chewed it, so dip your bread. Still take it, well, that's a lot now. I've got loads of seed of this and I'm going to take the hound for the walk, but it's a beautiful bright yellow. And that opens up when the sun's out, well, yellowy orange. So I'll job them for next year and all. Love watching England play the rugby. We ain't seen none because it's on Sky, which we ain't got. But I just wait till it's been played, then the next day I just Google it, highlights. I mean, the highlights are only on for 5 minutes or something. But brilliant. Well done, boys. Would have liked to see it. Right, if the weather's good, I'm still making me trestles. Still crap at DIY, as we'll see later on. Right, sunny days, them 3 or 4 sunny days which we couldn't cope with. I've been watering the floor twice a day and in the greenhouse and the sides. Help everything out. And this little chap started opening up. This was a few days ago now. Right, I've got to sort some stuff out ready for the show. So I've got a nice solid tray here. That's all filled with vermiculite, as you can see. That's stuck up to my office, kitchen table. Now these onions, as you can see there, I can't look at them properly because they go anyway. They'll stand upright and whatever. But I've got to sort these out shape-wise, size-wise and everything. And the best way to do that is to bung them on there. Perfect. This ain't going to mark the onion skins at all. No, just look at them. Now, if I want 3 out of them, I should say that one, maybe that one. There's a spare. You don't get oblongs, you don't get round onions. This is what the judge is going to look for, but they've got to be near enough identical. Bloody hard, but everybody's in the same boat. Got to get them identical. Because of the situation, I mean, situations change every year. Something happens and knackers you up. One thing that's knackered me up, because I want to keep the gardening club going, i.e. when we start getting the marquees, we have to put them up on a Friday. That was when I was getting all my veg up ready for the show. I can't do it now because the venue we used to be at, we used to go down there Saturday morning and do everything, get the staging out and put them up then. Meaning Friday I could get all my stuff ready. Now on the Friday we have to get the marquees up and sort everything out there. So my day's gone getting the veg up. If I got up on the Thursday, it wouldn't be fresh and to be in a row. But the only things I can still do are the onions, shallots, stuff like that that will keep. So the only 2 classes I'm doing this year, veg-wise, Connor's Collection and Collegiate Master Garden. And this is my last year doing the onions and shallots. Next year it'll just be gladdies and fruit. And a couple of bits of pieces, extras. Still doing me jams and pickles and whatever. So what I'm looking for here. So that one, the large onions will be doing later on. So I only need 2 onions, not exceeding 8.8 ounces. 3 large shallots. And the next one, which is 6 large shallots, 3 onions. Then the big ones later on. So for the Collegiate Massagana, 2 types of veg, which is out of that lot. 1 vase of 3 flowers and 1 specimen blue. Usually I put 3 gladdies in and then 1 gladdie. If I can do it 3 of the same, get more points. If not, 3 different ones. I'll be down pointed, but at least I've got to get 3 in. And if I ain't got them, last year I put 3 Alstroemer in and they look good. And get away with it. And a dish of fruit, obviously. That's what I do with fruit as well. Is I put a good dollop in. 2 types of veg come out of that lot, and I pick onions and the exhibition shallots. Right, when I get the onions up, these have got 1 complete skin, drying off nicely. I've got to clean the root plate, get my thumb underneath from outside going in case you slip, you don't split this skin or anything. Nice and clean, that'll do. I'll get that bit out and that bit later on. And then just tepid water, bit of soap on it, and I'm just getting the rubbish off any old skins and then swill them and dry them naturally. So now I can lay them flat. If they didn't lay flat, I'll put them back onto the Michelite again just to have a look. These are rounder than these lot, these are flat, but I only need 2 out of these. Obviously I'm going to keep a spare as well. And also do a bird's eye view, that way you can see if I'm the same size. He is bigger than him, for instance, and he's bigger than that one at all, so he will not be a spare. Right, going on to the shots, these are the pickling and the exhibition shallots. Exactly the same with them. It's a bit harder to get the skins off these, but you ain't got to. Just bung them down as I am if you want, but you'll be down pointed. Or if I was judging, I'd down point you, because you ain't made the effort. So for the Collins collection, I've ticked off. I've got my 2 onions, which I've got 1 spare, and I've got my 3 large shallots. And this side, which is the colleague Master Gardener, 6 large exhibition shallots. Right, pickling shallots, I've got to go through a 30mm ring. Well, they're in our schedule. Some schedules will sort of cover the show if it's only a small little show. Pickling shallots, they should stipulate, but I've judged a show where they haven't. But the judge has got to go by the schedule, so that's what you do. But a shallot has got to go through that ring on its own weight. If you get stuck, meaning it's too big, you can't push it through. It's got to go through nicely, meaning that one is enough perfect. And if you get 3 like him, which I call from quite a few shallots, and the only 3 I could get, that one has tried to thin him down, obviously get through the shot, and dry it off as good as them 2, but I've got no choice. I still want to put 3 in, because that's going to knacker me up for the collection, so I should be down pointed for him. Got no choice in it. But 3 pickling shallots, I'll tick them off as well. So all he needs now is 2 large onions. And that one, 3 large onions. But obviously, them are still growing, so we'll follow them later on. I'll take the net door off, you'll see them better. But quite chuffed with these, the way them are going as well. Thank you, David. So these ain't no good for exhibition. I bunged them in the net and hung them up in the garage. Right, shallots there have got too many they're oversized, too much markings on them. Because there's still a few, which you can see there. I've still got the alien leaf miner markings on them. They got into it. With these, because I've still kept them, I've got away with them last year, but it's come out this year again on the markings. Otherwise, I mean, that one would have been a corker, good size. So I'm going to top and tail them, and I'm going to pickle them. So the pickling them, 20 seconds in boiling water. After that, obviously bung them in a colander, and it's 20 minutes, lots of cold water over them, about 2 minutes or something, meaning the skins will then come off easily, which is even better, less hassle. Put them in a bowl of something, and then you sprinkle salt all over them, cover them, and you keep them covered overnight, which we've done there. Now, because I'm spiced, I want to bung a couple of chilies in, so I've legged it up the greenhouse. Paul, I've tried one of these again this afternoon because you call me a wimp. I'm even bloody hotter now.
Oh, get off here.
There's no way I'm going to try and Brendan.
Oh, go on, Rick. Go on, try one.
Get out of it.
Yeah,
Bring some down to the next committee meeting.
Okay.
Tuesday, 8 PM, Chop House.
Yeah.
So these 3 little chaps, and while I was in there, get a mist spray underneath because the sun's not out. That'll help pollination. And that's one of me the big chili seeds which I had from Lee down South Wales. Good lad, doing well. He's the biggest so far, but he's jammed. We're looking after the chap. Then we're looking well. Right, the next morning, wash all the salt off, which I've been looking into. Now the other ingredients, which are bay leaves, chilies, and your vinegar, you bring them to the boil, and then just let it cool. So you washed them, you've now got to dry these. You just kitchen towel underneath. Well, the way I do it, kitchen towel on top, and then just rub slightly. And you're patting them dry. And then bung them in your drawer. Bung your water in when this is cooled off. Nice clean jars. I managed to fill that one up. And this small jar, I've run out of the big ones. I only got 5 in, but then we'll do for us for eating. It'll be for exhibition. Greaseproof paper. Any vinegar going on the lid, it's going to turn it. That's all I'm doing, is looking after it. I mean, I ain't going to upend the jars or knock them over. But if they do get a bit up there in the lid in transit, then he takes the lid off and there's a bit of marking on, it'll be damn pointy. He or her, obviously the judges. So I bung them on, then trim them. Right, bunging the lid on. Nah, that's a waste. I'll keep him for the jam. Somebody used that last year, exhibited, and they left it. So I cleaned up for them. I'm going to use one of these instead. That'll do. Bung the labels on. Tell him he's spiced. There's coarse ground black pepper in there and all. So I've got 2 pickles, beetroot sliced in a jam, sulphur, ginger beer, Right, these little chaps, I've got 2, these are new shoots coming up. Got 2 more little ones here. And that one, you can see where the flowers used to be. He's thrown 2 flowers out the bottom. Strange. He's the only one who's done it. He's shriveled up, so I'm going to chop him. But he's thrown 2
Don't cut him
flowers
off
out.
yet, Mick.
Sorry?
I don't cut him off yet.
Not that one.
No. Leave it for a while.
Okay, man. I'll leave him for a couple of weeks then till we're back on again. So, yeah, I've got 3 new shoots. Is it 1, 2? There's that one there, 3. There's another little in there. But I'm glad that they kill him. There's a little chap. He's just opened up this morning. And there's the old air roots come out the top. Weird little things, ain't they? I'd love to get in closer onto him without going. It'd be fascinating, eh? The camera's crap. That's the best I can do. Oh no. Right, troops. This has got to work. Can you see that?
Yep.
Good, excellent. Good in order. Nigel. He treads it, or does he? Gordon Bennett. Andy, you got it, mate?
Thanks, Mick.
Good man, good man. Right, all me fruit are in tubs, pots or whatever. Exactly the same again. These were top dressed when I had them. And that has broken down already. So all I'm doing is top dressing again. Meaning, this is me rubbed out nuggets of osmuck. So it's going to look after the plant itself, stop it drying out as such. Plus you've got that extra bit in, just looking after the chaps. And that's our back garden at night. I think 90p these lights now from Wilco. Boston. That's when we had the hot days. If I'm with the hound up the park, I take my flip-flops off and just walk on the earth. That's what the Indians used to do. Red Indians. Walk with nature. Black Country Day. Got my Black Country flag up. He's over here now, the bloody wind ran this afternoon. Right. Pots at the top of the garden. This one is a rose, and he's just started throwing again. New buds, there's a couple of flowers opened up there. I think it's about another 6. I thought he'd finished, but he's coming through. Canners. I've got my 3 canners in there, them are the Durban. And I've got my new one there, which is me Tropicana. There's 2 late blueberries in them 2. And what's that one there? Magnolia. So he flowered first. He was in the middle, I think. And then when he stopped flowering, I cleared him off out of the road. But if we got something else, like, we might have more fruit trees in these tubs next year. So when them are in blossom, then they'll come out. So we got a nice extra or a different bit of colour. Also with the odd weather, which we never had before, I've walloped me compost bin with white plastic and whiten the lid. That'll repel the heat. Now when we had this normal summer day anyway, that is west up there. Most of our wind comes from the west, west to east. So I've always got an airflow through here. Just kept these not too hot in the bin, because I've just left the bin black and I've got away with it. It was them 2 days or 3 days which were really hot. I thought I'd better put the plastic on. And now because it's cooling down again, I'm just leaving the lid off skew. It ain't down flush. It's not sealed, so air is still getting in. And air will still get in from the door at the bottom. But it's working. If there's something wrong, the worms will tell you there's something wrong. Flowers, still taking them off the straws. Might have to Google that, see how long it takes from flower to strawberry to fruit. Ready for our show. And this morning, because the winds got up, I took him down the bottom where he's wedged in between 2 plants, because the winds were quite strong this afternoon. I'm not near it now. It's debated a bit. Right, 2 runner beans. Lady Diana, these are got to go out. The last 2 to go out. So obviously he's the weakest of the 2, so I don't need him. So I'll just put 2 on as normal, give them a watering. Need some more compost out. Take the bottom off, open him up, get him out with the hand fork. Right, I'm using this 8-ounce onion juice bit here. This is ideal as my work base. So I'm working from waste height, no bedding, nothing. Empty compost bag there. All I'm doing is putting that lot on there, picking the worms out, putting them in there, and then throwing that lot in there. That's what I've done there. So all the worms have gone out, then that lot will go in there, and then I'll do the same again. There's still a couple of big lumps in here, but also just put them back in there as well, and they'll go back in the heap. So this is just after, well, so just after 2.5 weeks now. There's my worms in the tray underneath. They can go back in there. So a normal thing, go down with the hand fork, because of that lot I took out at the bottom. I'm going to push that lot down there again. So that carries on breaking down there. I'll level it, firm it down. Yes, Jeffrey, mate.
Yeah, question, Mick.
Yes,
can
mate.
you kind of turn the bin before you take out compost? Because you always take out compost from the same side. So I think from the back should be better compost.
Oh, that'll be perfect. Yeah, I've got to trial it. The next time I go in, I should get it from where it is, obviously by the door. Then the next time I want some, because now I'm getting stuff out, say every other 2 days or something. But I won't fill that hole again. I should just leave it. Then I should go from that side, from the left side, get that out. Then the next lot again, I should go in from the next side and get more out until the lot collapses. Then I'll do the right hand side. But yeah, I know what you're saying. But for me to turn the bin, nah, really wait on it. I'd never do it. Yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying. See, before I used to upend the bins because I got the room to empty them. Because that was the, if I'd finished the raised bed, I could then empty it, and that a bin had top dressed 3 raised beds, 26 foot long by 4 foot, by about an inch of compost. But now just got one bin. I'm putting loads in and it's breaking down. But as you say, all I'm doing is getting that middle bit. So next time I shall go around that side and then this side till it collapses. I could reach in that side, take this lot off the top, say foot, and go in there, get it out from there. Oh, I might do that one. Good man, Jeffrey. Get my brain working. So my worms which I picked out, well, I've just dolloped and then spread them out again. If it needs watering, I'll water it. Got to keep them carpets moist. Right, that compost I've just got out, I need that for me last 2 runner beans, because that the tray needs topping up. So I've took the covers off there, my runners. Well, they're still there. So in my bowl there, I've got some well rotted osman, and that's my compost which I've just got out of the bin. Them covers will come off. That lot will go under where these are coming. So that was my workbench. I thought, nice day. The sun's just gone down, which means there's no heat. So it's perfect for a can of cider. Lidl, 50p a tin, that'll do me. Right, muck under the bottom. Not right under him. There'd be some of my compost, might only be ½ inch or something. And we'll do me, ready to go out. So I'll put the top pot in to get me depth, exactly the same as them. So I know which level I want. Then I'm going to fill that lot up with that, which I've done there. Got my first one out, bunged him in. Close to the pole or the cane, firm him in, and then top dress if need be. And then I'm going to put my straw back on again, which we've done there. And he has a full watering can. The hound, if I'm working up the top of the garden, is happy if he can see me or hear me. So ideal for lying on there. Right, I've got my bird feeder there. Now I started putting different seeds in, different feeds. I'm just mixing them. And we're now getting more little chaps. The only thing is give them water. Bloody pigeon lands on here, he topples that off. So I'm going to put my brain into gear again. Right, start top dressing these because they've all dropped again. This will be the last one. Taking the straw off, lifting the labels, filling up, putting the straw back on, going all the way along. The hound likes it. Likes the bloody seed as well.
Mick, you could stick a big pebble in the bottom of that, and it won't turn over then, the same.
Oh, bloody bloody big pigeons round by us, you know.
If there's a big pebble, you'll have a job to shift it, won't we?
Yeah.
And it also means that things, butterflies can drink from it as well.
Oh, I'll show you later on what I'm doing. I've got away with it because I'm there. Oh, see your point though. But you're still waiting the bloody pigeons, are you? I'm still going to come back. Want to deter them. Flowers on me taters. I've always pinched them out. I'll pinch them out again. I'm looking at here, the first flower. Of singular beauty. He's got a bit tea up. One of me beds with the Gladys in. What's coming through here? Chili plants. So obviously there's loads of seed in there. A little bit of seed from the compost. Dead in these daily now. Loads of buds on them. Austin flower. So that one there has got to come out. I should just snap him off either way that way. Right, some manures, have a look underneath. There's a bacteria, fungi getting to work. There's a moisture in there. Look after it. I've got any crap on my fingers. I'll just go to me little bucket of rainwater, wash my hands in that. So that's a little bit of an extra feed in there, water wise. Got me another dollop of compost. Looking at that one there, that leaf there. Open him up again, he fell out. So I sent him for a walk. There's hordes on him. With these now, if the leaf is in that state, I'll just check the leaf off altogether. Because that leaf ain't going to do nothing if it's left on. So I'll just take them off now. It's easier, less hassle. Right, wood chip. That's wood chip I've had in the greenhouse. That is now one of my ingredients for the compost heap. Any big lumps, I'll take them out and put them on the perimeter of the garden. Meaning them are broke down. And that's got soil in as well, which is perfect. And if that dries out, I shall give it a drop more water. But that started off like this. So I'm doing exactly the same again. I'm spreading that out, taking all the lumps out which are there, and I'm going to throw that in that bag there until I get half a bag. Now I'm going to put a bit of topsoil in. That is also a bit of leaf mould. As you see, I've still got a couple of worms in that, so I'll take them out as well. And that's topsoil. I'll mix that all up together and then give it a good watering. Not a good watering, but a good bed. That's 6, 7, 8 cupfuls. Turn that over. I want that to end up like that in 3 months. Right, there's me, my swimmer, had me 2 bags at the back of the shed. 2 bags of leaf mould. I've used usually 1 bag, there's the one underneath. So I've got room around there to bung him. Just turn it over. Air can still get in and out. I haven't completely sealed it. But I don't want the rain getting in, too much rain. And I'm going to check him in 3 months. Exactly the same, because this is undercover. This is my rabbit book. With a bit of moisture in there because I want this to break down as well. I don't want it dry. The hound. This is an elephant. 50p. Kid's toy from the charity shops. That's where we get them from. But I loves them. I rips them to bits. Shreds all that stuff out. Still the same, I spit it out, so we don't mind. And he come down the shed last week. Good lad. Give me my wine book. Plus Chrysanth. First one. He's going to go out. Hydrangea. Don't look very well. He's going to come out. Never do any well with hydrangeas. Also, my gladdies from last year, them have come through. In fact, one of them flowered this morning, this afternoon. I saw him by accident. So he's coming out. Make the hole same depth as a pot. Perfect. Right up back against that backdrop. Firm him back in with the soil, then put the wood chip round. Good watering. With a bit of feed to sort him out. Right, birthday due last week. Sure, here again, pretty expensive. What have I done wrong? I've done something different. I've got them down the side again. Don't matter. Apple cider, beautiful drink. Only had one pint while we was out. And to keep the hound happy, boy that's sat next to us. Pig's ear. That'll keep her happy for. I'm nice to them. Anybody tried them pig's ears? It's only like a scratching, ain't it? Posh man scratching. And Sal, my mate, bought me these for my birthday. Scrumpy Jack. I ain't had that for years. He's a good lad. Cheers, Mickey boy. Right, 4 or 5 days ago, taking the hound for a walk. Leaves dropping off already. Gordon Bennett. Women last week, England 1, England 2, Spain 1. I had to get the highlights after. Well done, gals. You're playing better than the blokes. Right, bananas. Probably get through 2 a day in our house. Because the hound likes them and all. Don't forget, the smaller the pieces you can get, the larger surface area needed. It's going to break down quicker. Excellent feed for any inside or outside, but all my inside plants get it. And once you're finished, or use that for a couple of days, hung it on your compost heap. Worms, love, banana peels. One of Keith Iron's plants, he's legging it out, nice cauliflower on the chap, as you can see there. I'm just training along my wires. Right, this is my last delphinium. So I've jobbed him, get him a good feed, and the last of them. There's 3 lots here. There's one there, and I've still got them weighted because I want more flowers to turn to seed. I want to get as much seed as I can. There's a few people ask for them, but there should be enough anyway. But just in case I do need more, I'm drying them out again as well. So that's all the delphinium has been jobbed. Sweet peas, which I've just dead-headed. There's some behind us on the trellis, and these lot as well. I've got to work summit next year to stake these stumps and then put wire mesh up, not wire mesh, but a plastic coated mesh. That looks better. Just to lift the sweet peas, because they could have gone the full length. In fact, next year I'm going to get scented peas and put them all up here as well. Because most of the stuff is scented, and around the raised bed itself, it smells superb. Right, just about make them 2 out. The basket should be trailing indoor. Nice day, windless-ish. So I brought them out to water. But the length of these, I should be hitting the carpet soon. So close them down. I'll pinch the bottoms out so they start spurting from somewhere else. I've got the length that I need. Right, with the hound up the park, that there is a weed. But it's a Boston bitter colour. If you turn around, that's the first thing you see. I mean, that's a nice colour behind it as well. But a weed is an unwanted plant, except in this instance, it's a nice bit of colour. So nobody's going to clear that anyway. Right, geranium. The last one, so I rescued this all very well, and he's now brought him back to a good health. So I'm going to bung him out. Bit of Mike under his arse, help him out. There's all the plants as well. I'm going to bung him out. Obviously, not many gaps at the back. For a nice feed and waiter him in. And these lot, which I planted out earlier, look after them and all if we don't get no rain. So these lot was off him when these two flowers on these died off. I just pinched them out and then took cuttings off. That was up here somewhere. These were what I took off these. And there was a Boston flower. Right, France have banned glyphosate. I think this was 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Meaning we should be doing the same. I've been on about getting rid of it for a while. And I know there's a few shops and suppliers, as soon as they run out, they're not going to get any more in. Because they know it's going to be banned and they're going to be stuck with it. So, start making your own stuff, i.e. Fungicide, weed killer, and your bug killer. So the phosphon bicarbonate soda, milk. I've heard this one before. Milk's a good one. Bung that in, get a good mix. This one is your weed killer. This is your vinegar, table salt, and washing up liquid. Before you use all these, so you got your fungicide, that's your 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/4 pint of milk. Obviously got to shake well, same as any spray that you use. Give it a good shake before you use it. And your weed killer is just your vinegar, table salt, and washing up. And the next one I'm going to do is just washing up liquid. There's the Aphid Killer. That's all we could use up the school with the kids, and it does work. It blocks the air passages, and say if it's a green fly or whatever, and it jobs them. But you've got to spray the next day as well, because you've jobbed the adults the day before, but their eggs that I've laid, they will hatch out overnight, and you've got them again. So by spraying the next day as well, you're going to job them. And hopefully they ain't dropped any more eggs. But we got away with it up the school. That's all I was allowed to use, obviously. Obvious reason, but it works. So that's the way I'm looking at now. Right, I'm going to prick these out and pot them on. Normal clover compost mixed with the vermiculite. Plastic drinking cups ready. Just separate these. Bit of root on that one. I know there's root on that one because them coming from the base of the water roots on it all. And I've got a flower on and starting to grow. Strange but true. And there's the chap. I've still got this gel. I don't know whether it goes out of date or not, but I'm still using that just to help them out. There's all of the roots on the bottom. Another one, he's got the spurt there, so let's help them out. Give them their own pot each. And don't let them dry out. I put them on the side of the greenhouse so they get the sun. And this is my first cormlet that's come through on my gladdy. Right, this is rubbing out leaf mould. So this is my first bag. Just rubbing this chap out. I need some more compost again. Get me worms out. this is for dressing the raised beds. Exactly the same again. Take the worms out. Now this is having a look at that lot. Or this is close up. You see the worm there. Any further, it's gone too much out of focus. Because these little chaps here, this is what I want to see. It's the first time I've seen them since I've had me been at the top of garden. These are Springtails. They are good little chaps. And I've got a photo which I've just nicked from one of my talks. Right, this is a close-up. That is a pot leek. So you've got to imagine that pot leek in the middle of the raised bed. So this is zoomed in. This is there was black and white plastic covering it. So that was round here. And when this pot leek starts growing out, I then cut the plastic, so I've still got half-inch gap all the way around it. So when I don't do water, it goes in the side. Now doing a moisture check, I saw all these chaps, and I thought, what the hell are them? Is this another baddie, another foreigner from Russia or whatever? So I sent the photo to him, mate, Gareth Hopcroft. He's a bit of a soil and compost geek from up north, Sheffield. And he says, Mickey, Jemmy sod, them Springtails. He said, if you got them, they're goodies for, if you get them in your soil or your compost, you know you've got good soil or good compost. They're good for the gardener. That's Springtails because they jump. Basically, they transfer good bacteria and fungi all around the ground. So if you look after them, if you haven't got them, and looking at my stuff here, yes, finally got them. That tells me, oh, well, worms tell me also that I've got the compost. So I've took all the worms out, but also look closer because there you've also got young worms. So I don't scrape. What I do, I push my finger along and it sticks to my finger, and then I put him in with the other worms. I'm just collecting as much as I want. And these are the big lumps and the worms going back in the bin. They can still be broken down. So that's where I've collapsed it. Now I'm going to fill that in with all these sides. That lot will go back in there, spread them out again. Don't forget that there's still worms, eggs in here, and baby worms. So these beds are still going to get worms in. I'm not taking all the worms out, I'm just taking the ones out I can see because I want them to work my compost. But you still have worms in here. So I've done that one, I'm now going to do the next one. Boston brew. So take the top dressing off, which is there, fill it with my brew, lift them labels and then top dress it. Also while I'm doing this, if he tilts in one way, I shall firm him upright as I put him in. Then if they start tilting after that, then I'll put the canes in. Once I get a flower, and the first flower is just open, which is that one there. I might job him later on. Just see him there. So that's another bed done. I've got to go all the way around working on all my raised beds. Right, top of the garden. If you remember, this was my shallot bed. Now it's all cleared. I'll put a bit of sheeting down. Hard scrubber, just getting all the crap off here. That day worked very good. So I've got a wire brush that got the crap off. It's just all the flaky stuff. Then get all the dust and crap off after you've done that. So I'm going to start walloping it. This is the same stuff. I'll wallop the other side. Where my side of the shed, where my run the beans are. Exactly the same again. If that's a white wall, whatever's in here, that will repel the heat and light back onto the plants. which is what I want. So that looks like it's being done. I've got hooks in this wall as well. There's fruit trees going in here. I still ain't made my mind up. Well, and in this one, who's going where? I'm gonna sort that out later on. Mrs. come up and said me, and they know I was walloping. She says, how come you don't do that in the house? I says, pet, do you know how old I am? Right, that's done that lot. And I had a quick perv. Enjoyed a bit more. Saw him, just got a photo of him before he legged it. I've got quite a bit of it in the focus, so that's a bit better with my camera. My camera ain't that much cop on the phone. Got loads of passion flowers this year. I'm on what's this little chap?
That's a good photo, Mick.
It is. I'm looking for his name. It is. Bull-tailed moth. Nicked that off the internet. Where's a corker in it? Look at that for camouflage. Looks like a chunk of wood, doesn't it? It's been cut off that end and that end. Nature. Love it. Right, this is Craig from Abbey Road Allotments. I seen him Saturday when I was down the shed. And he says, come and have a nose of these. He says, can you guess what they are? I says, no. I ain't seen that leaf before, or the way it's going, whatever. This ginger. You just bung some ginger in, and there it is, spurting. Obviously, his missus used lots of ginger at home. Basically, he wanted to know onions. He says, what's up with them? What's happening? I says, seed sets, window matter. He said, I'm just toppled over. He said, just the way to the top, that's why I help them out and them growing. Because some of these, he's still got green, new shoots coming out the middle. So I said, I'll give you some canes. So I get him 30 and 60 of the clips. And then just bung one into showing him, which they're the canes in. 2 clips around it, holding them upright. I says, if they have gone finished, then eat them. But just probably take it 10 minutes or something. What you're doing is helping them out and getting the most out of that plant. He says, thank you very much. I said, no problem. But it's the first year his grapes have been like this. He asked me a few years ago how to prove what I did, and he's took note. I said, right, what you got to do now? Every other bunch, take them out. And if there's 3 or 4 bunches on one, pick the best one out. Because, zooming on that one.
He's looking very good, Mick. Yeah, you've done well then.
Bloody has.
Yeah, you have.
I want all my grapes that size, not half litres, litres. So if he thins out, he's going to do bloody well.
Yeah, very good.
But he does well in this tunnel. He's a good lad. And his sweet corn are doing as well. These are nice and solid in the soil. I earth the cells in because he hasn't had to stake them, so they've got good root structure. Doing well. And I didn't charge him for me clips or my canes. Well, I'll finish with him any road. Because he flogs his honey in our trading sheds. $5 a jar. And he give us 50 cents.
Too cheap. Too cheap.
It
is.
Yeah, I know, but he has to get rid of it.
Well, yes,
And
mine's in demand too much. Yeah.
It is beautiful stuff. So he gives the garlic club 50 pence a jar he flogs. He's a good lad. Right, Netflix. We got Netflix because we had it with the TV. It was inbuilt. I think the most of the new TVs now, they've got everything, luckily. We don't get nothing, we wouldn't pay for nothing. But somebody told us about Homeland, this is a few months ago now, and it is brilliant. If you can get it and watch it, it is superb. We watched all the series of that. Brit, good lad, obviously it's American, but it's a superb series. And then we run out, we started, right, what's the next thing, another good one? And it's this one, we've just started watching this, about 2 weeks now. And it is...
That's a very, very good series.
It is excellent. In the sense, basically, it's, well, I like true stories anyway. But I never knew nothing like this. I mean, I know them bloody Vikings come over, pillaged or whatever. But I didn't realise how much land that took off the UK. You know, we could well have been Vikings now. And then I wouldn't put it this on, would I? But, no, that's why it's called The Last Kingdom. It was in Wessex. But it is superb. And there's also names. There's the old names of towns and cities being changed to what they are now. Like Winchester, it used to be a funny, weird, bloody name.
Winchester.
Yeah.
I've read the books and seen the film. Yeah, really good. Very, very good. Hard going at times, but really good.
You're not a Viking, are you?
No,
yeah.
Well, we probably all are. I'm sure you are from where you are.
We probably have.
Most of us have got Viking blood in us, don't they?
Oh, I was a little blonde when I was but also the church, i.e. religion, was a pain in the ass at the time. The way it, the way it worked. But if you can get it and you get the chance to have a nose, superb. Right, British Gladiator Society online shows that just started up again. This is on Facebook, obviously. But I've tried to talk you a lot to growing into Gladies and having a look on this group. Because I've just started a show up last week, and it's been judged on a Friday night, and the results go out on a Sunday night at 7 o'clock. So if I got, well, I ain't going to get a chance tonight because we've got a house full. But tomorrow morning, when this is downloaded, I shall have a look at the photos people have put on. That's another one there. So as previously mentioned, we're running 3 shows online. The classes, there's class 1 there, 1 spike, Primulus. So there's different categories just for 1 or 3s. But if you go to recent files, there's an online show, judging show. But just go on their front page and the Gladiator Society. It'll give you all the ins and outs. But it's worth a nose. Right, another write up, Pete, repeat offenders. Just it ain't just me that's doing trials with different compost. He said it is crap as well, which we know it is. This was out the Sun, so I sent the Sun another email. Well, told him we're doing our bit. Ride the hound in the greenhouse. I caught her. I was looking away there. As I says, Rosie, what are you doing? And I was looking away in disgust. Or that I'd caught her. I think it was 2 days before I come down the garden, bloody whistling. I thought, what's up with her? And then eating bloody grass seed. Yep, there it is. When I picked some of the crap up full of grass seed. I've got the only dog who whistles. Jerry. Is he still here? Has he gone home?
I'm still here, of course.
He's a good lad, good lad. Do you want to go through your
Yeah, well, this week it was a Tatton Park flower show. I was judging there, but I sent some slides into Mick. Some of you may have been, some of you not. It was a really good show. It's one of my favourites, even though it's up north. Our southern struggle, but very hot time. It's the Hampton Court of the North, really big site at Tatton Park. And for those of you who are lucky enough to live in the area, just to go to Tatton Park any time of the year, it's a really great place. Fantastic floral marquee, at least as good, if not better than Hampton Court. And I judged them both, and I would say floral marquee at Tatton is probably better than Hampton Court. Really good veg exhibits from Robinson's. And then we had the competition the day after. We had the fruit and vegetable competition. Some really good veg, pretty good fruit as well, soft fruit show. I was judging the soft fruit. Some pretty good soft fruit, particularly from some of the northern guys who managed to get some of those red currants and gooseberries in really fantastic conditions. They've had quite the heat we've had down south, so they brought them in to prime condition quite naturally. There were no raspberries or strawberries this year because of the heat. Some really good other products, including in the background plates of apricots and apples, which you might be surprised to see. And the veg, which Mick will move on to, some really good veg there. And again, some of our northern friends as well. I call them northern friends, sorry, I mustn't say that. And there were some really good exhibits of collies there, some really good carrots, some early-ish onions as well. Some really, really good growing conditions this year. We didn't have Shree Plum showing up this, so other people were able to win some of the other classes. And it was a really good show all around. And for those of you guys who've not been there before, I thoroughly recommend you going next year, because that's where the competitive bit is. There's obviously competition at Malvern as well, but Tatton Park is where the RHS Summer Food and Veg Show is. And I suggest if go and look, go and enter next year, because there's some good exhibitors. And it's a really, really nice place to show, and they look after you there.
That's a good idea, Jerry. Having clear sides.
It is.
So
It's made a huge difference for light.
What they can't come in.
Yeah.
All the excellent
you
car.
You can see what's going on. It keeps you free from any drafts or winds, but also it allows maximum light into the show. And that's really helpful, of course, when we're judging, let alone for the members of the public going in to see the show.
Excellent idea.
Just gives you an eye of some really good. I don't know all the veg exhibitors' names because I didn't have time to take them all down. We were on a pretty tight schedule, and we had to get off fairly quickly that afternoon because the trains were all cancelled because of heat. I mean, it's amazing. First thing Tuesday morning, I was going back by train. We were told Euston was shut because of the buckled lines. Going back Wednesday, we were told Euston was shut because of the buckled lines, so I had to catch a lift both ways, which is a real pain. So I didn't get my normal 2 whole full days there, but I got as much as I needed to start with. But it's a show, as you can see, worth going to and exhibiting at if you can. There's just a few more pictures showing the sort of quality of what was there. Those apricots are pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Pretty phenomenal. And one of the gooseberry clubs also was exhibiting. You know, gooseberries the size of eggs. That's what you like to see. No, you picked one of my pictures up, yeah. Yeah,
Well, thank you, Jerry.
It was. That's you. Just a few pictures which Mick's taken off Facebook, but a show worth going to if you haven't been before. And if you haven't been before, go and think of exhibiting.
Cheers, Jerry.
Okay, Mick. Okay, Mick.
Right, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the bloody fireworks ran by us again, and our hound goes loop. Somebody mentioned these, calming collar. Anybody ever had one before? Used one for their dog?
I've heard of a calming jacket, Mick.
Yeah, I heard of a
jacket on. Yeah, they put a jacket on.
We did. I think we did for our collie.
Oh, there's bloody fireworks again this afternoon.
Nah, war fireworks.
Yeah, so, eh?
War fireworks.
We had fireworks again this afternoon.
It was a farmer over the back of the fields, back of us, shooting repeaters off, and the pigeons was going everywhere.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So we got sheep down both now.
I know, I've seen them.
Right, man.
Guy Fawkes night. It lasts a week around here normally.
Oh, that's the bloody area.
And the dogs, you know, petrified.
Yeah. Right. Talk tomorrow. I'm going to meet up with a Zoomer on the way. Call in. I've got to drop off to the chap. This is in Derby, Evergreen Hall. Talking raised beds and no dig. Quick to get in, if I remember. 7:30 start. If anybody's interested. Obviously not on the old lot who's listening tonight. Too late to bother when it goes on YouTube. But if I'm interested, just a bell. And then Thursday, next Thursday 28th, I'm up Grimsby. I've got to email them in the morning, see if they can get me some seaweed. If you don't ask it, they'll get me a. And if he says yes, I says, can you drive that for me? I have to give him a bottle of wine or something. Right, I've been this afternoon. Black Country 10k road race. It's a family fun run, supposedly. But
you were running, Mick.
Eh?
You were running, were you?
I wish I could. Our kid still does.
Good. That's mine.
He's 20 minutes older than me, and he still does marathons, jumps off mountains, and. But I still love running. But that's him this afternoon with his medal. Him and his mates, they all ran in a Black Country cape. As you see, we got the Black Country flag in the background. Here's his mates. And the five of them, that's them when they're all finished. So they still got the capes on. And they did some sweating wearing them. But they said they're going to wear them on behalf of the mate. Obviously, the same age as them, and he passed away earlier on with cancer. So they did a sponsor run for him, and they got in just over $1,000. So that was all chuffed with that. But brilliant. In fact, even better for around here, because it's all bloody hills. That's why nobody's got a push bike. So the world is, and they're all going to sleep not tonight. Dave up Chesterfield, he sent me this photo this afternoon.
Now that is good.
Jerry, have you seen any of them before?
I haven't. I know the beers, of course, but I love the handles. That's fantastic, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Hang on, I'm going to keep that on because I want to take a picture of that. Hang on, keep that. Yeah, 1 minute. I'm going to set out tonight. Now that is what I call really good. I'm taking a picture of that now. Good, thanks, Mick.
And you can also grab hold of that to pull it down, can't you? To pull the pine. Fantastic. Cheers, Dave. And Aaron, the eldest, he come tonight and all for his grub. And he bought me a Alden's Black Country Mild and Hobson's Eastman Snog. I do that one. But mild, that's what I used to drink years ago. And that's it, people.
Thank you so much, mate.
Right, there's no Zoom next week. I ain't here. I'm on the Isle.
Okay.
But it'll be the week after.
Right.
Don't forget, if anybody wants any delphinium seeds.
Yeah.
Or
Mick?
Pelagia, let me know. Yes.
I've been in touch with that our friend who got them tree lilies, and he says he thinks the name is Pretty Woman.
Oh.
And we've looked up on the internet, and it said it gets bigger every year.
Yeah, who asked earlier on for the name of that?
I did.
There you are.
It's called Pretty Woman. Yeah. That one we've got is about 7 foot tall now.
I've got a lily, which I think it's a tree lily. It grows to about 8 foot, but it's not a white one.
Yeah. I say the flower itself measured about 9 inches across.
Yeah, you got to be careful where you put them, so it looks right.
Yeah. You don't seem to have had as many lily beetle on there this year. But I think we caught them early.
I've had
Yeah.
loads of lily beetles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's something I ain't seen this year. Now you've mentioned them.
We had loads last year, but this year's not been. I think we caught them early this year.
I don't know how to open this up. Cheers, Lizzie.
Thank you.
Ta-ra, Hobbit.
Bye.
Yeah, take care, Mick. We see you soon. Take care, all. See you whenever.
Cheers, Jerry,
Maybe a
mate.
couple of weeks when I see me next. It's always up. I'm up to my eyeballs. You work now till the September. You'll see me again soon, though, Mick.
Good man. Cheers, Suzanne.
Very good.
I'm off now, Mick. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be